Tata Motors claim that 12% of their overall sales are from electric cars, and this is a big step up because this clearly shows an indication that Indians are increasing their adoption towards electric cars. And with us, we have the latest electric car in the market today, the Tata Curvv EV, which has been like really anticipated. After all, Tata has been really kind of successful in building electric car ecosystem in India. Let's take a quick deep dive into this and understand if this car is worth picking or it's better to skip this one. Curvv is a very important product for Tata Motors in India, and that's why they have gone all guns blazing to ensure that the feature list is enormous. Starting off in the front, you have this very nice DRL which also doubles up as a charging indicator, which is kind of cool. We already saw that in Nexon. And then you have this charging lid here. In case you charge the car and you forget to close the lid automatically closes all by itself. Again, a very interesting and thoughtful touch there. You have front parking sensors and a front parking camera. Again, these are the features we did not expect that we would get in this segment, but again, manufacturers are increasing the laundry list of features to attract more and more consumers to the showroom. Tata Motors wanted to utilize the space because you do not have an engine in this car, and that's why they have given a 11.6 liter trunk. You can keep your stuff or whatever it is, and in case you're coming from Goa, this is going to be very useful, if you know why. You get LED headlamps in the car, and these alloy wheels are actually designed for an EV so that the aerodynamic drag is as minimum as possible, which again enhances the range of the car. You get two 15-55 18-inch tires. You get all 4 disc brakes, which is a kind of good safety feature. So you have the 360-degree camera here, which is a trend right now, and kudos to Tata Motors for offering it in a car like this. And you have the flush type door handles, which look very nicely integrated into the car. And then this is the talk of the town. This is the main talking point of this particular car. The rear design is definitely the nicest part of the Tata Curvv's design, especially the rear 3/4. A lot of people thought that the resemblance to Lamborghini Urus is really strong here. And you have this connected LED tail lamp here, which is kind of the trend right now, and Tata Motors wants to follow it. You have the Curvv EV badging here, reverse camera and a neatly integrated parking sensor. But that said, the clarity of the reverse camera could definitely be better. You have a rear skid plate as well with a shark fin antenna right there. The Tata Curvv misses out on rear wiper. However, does not seem that the water is going to be stagnant there, but when the dirt is accumulated, you will definitely miss a rear wiper. The boot can either be opened through the gesture control, or you can electrically open it like this, and once the boot opens, you'll be greeted with a massive 500 liters of boot space, which is 30 liters more than the Citroen Passat. And then you can open the charging port from here as well. Overall, the boot space seems to be super duper practical for you to enoughly store 3 to 4 bags. And tap this to electrically close the boot. Once you step inside the Tata Curvv, you'll realize that there are a lot of white elements in the interiors, and they make the car look very nice, premium, everything. You have a 12.3-inch touchscreen infotainment system. The touch responsiveness is also good, not the best of the best, but it's good. And you have some touch-enabled buttons here, very neatly integrated. You can control the hill descent, you can open the boot, climate control, everything from these touch-enabled buttons itself. You have a wireless charger, there's a 12-volt charger, there's a USB charger, there's a Type-C charger. Tata is ensuring that they leave no stone unturned to ensure that they're not compromising on the features. You get both ventilated seats in the front. However, only the driver's seat is electrically adjustable. Honestly, that is more than enough. The seat comfort is also good. The driver's position is also very good. You can see everything clearly. You have an auto dimming IRVM. More importantly, you have a superb massive sunroof in the car. And Tata knows आजकल के लोगों को sunroof बहुत ज़्यादा important है as a feature, irrespective of it being one of the most less used, less sensible feature for an Indian car. Still, sunroof makes a lot of sense from consumer point of view. And then you have electric parking brake with auto hold function as well. There's an armrest here. Overall, the comfort is nice, and you will definitely feel like a pleasant place inside. There is something called as a new Tata Arcade.ev, an enhanced version of existing Arcade.ev, where you can play games, you can watch Netflix, Amazon Prime, YouTube, everything when your car is being charged. And also, Tata is known for the nice music systems in the car since a long time, and that's why you have 9-speaker JBL music system. The mirrors are electrically adjustable. The rear seat is actually adjustable for recline. The overall space is decent. Under thigh support could have been slightly better. Unlike the Citroen, you cannot adjust the under thigh support here. You have rear AC vents. The cooling is nice. You have a Type-C charger. No USB or wireless charger pad. Of course, not expecting that in the car of this price segment. But that said, you will definitely miss out on the magazine pocket here, which could have been super duper helpful. And you have this door pockets, but bottle holders would be really nice, although these seats are leather seats, of course no ventilation here. So you get two different battery options in the car, 45 kWh and 55 kWh. 167 PS is what the 55 kilowatt hour which we're driving currently produces. And talking about the acceleration, of course, just like the EV, the acceleration is brisk, and Tata claims that the 0 to 100 is just under 10 seconds. So there are three different driving modes: City, Eco and Sport. Eco is where the range is maximized, and Tata claims that the range can be up to 585 kilometer. But realistically expect around 400 kilometers of range. And Sport is where the acceleration gets very brisk, and this is the mode which gives the acceleration another 10 seconds mark, as claimed by Tata Motors. The steering is little bigger in the car. That is little evident when you sit here and start to drive. The steering response is decent, and as in when you pick up the pace, pick up the speed, the steering definitely weighs up, no second thought on that. The braking is actually good, no problem at all. And talking about the ride quality, which is kind of a very important factor, especially in EVs, we have seen that the ride quality isn't the greatest of all, and the ride quality here is decent. We went over a couple of potholes at 30-40 speed, and we could definitely feel the potholes inside. ऐसा नहीं कि magic carpet ride है, but it's manageable. It's not that it's not going to throw you off the seat. And we've seen that the ride quality in EVs is getting better and better. The handling dynamics are also good. This particular EV variant gets 190 mm of ground clearance. However, the ICE variants get higher 208 mm of GC because of the lowered ground clearance compared to the ICE. And there's a massive battery pack which is there, 55 kilowatt hour battery pack. The center of gravity is better, and when you're driving the car on curves and all, the handling is good. That's it. There are coupe characteristics exhibited in the handling, not like the sedans or something where you would want to turn the car at triple digit speeds. That's not recommended. There is a bit of fishtailing which is there from the coupe design, but drive it slowly and you're going to have fun driving this car in the Ghats, just like we are having fun right now driving it here in the city of lakes, Udaipur. So let's address the most important thing in the Tata Curvv EV, that is the charger and the charging options. And talking about the charging and the charging options, you have two different batteries. One is 45 kilowatt hour battery and 55 kilowatt hour battery, which is this particular car. And let's address about this particular car. In the 55 kilowatt hour battery, you have three different ways to charge the car. Using the fast 70 kilowatt DC fast charger, you can charge from 10 to 80% in just 40 minutes, which is fantastic. So let's address the second part, which is going to be a very common thing. Tata is going to give 7.2 kilowatt AC wall box charger with the car when you buy the car, and using this, the 10 to 100% of the charge is going to happen in just 7.9 to 8 hours, which is still understandable. But the problem lies in the third part, which I think is going to be used very commonly. If I'm going to charge this car using my normal 15 amp charger at home, this car is going to take 21 hours to charge from 10% to 100%, which I think is a lot. Matlab, see, this car has a bigger battery, and that's why the charging time is higher. You take the 45 kilowatt hour battery, the charging time is lesser. It's left to you what is your convenience, what is the priority, either the charging time or a bigger battery. I would strongly recommend, really recommend that please pick the 55 kilowatt hour battery, because later on when you want to take the car on the highway trips, those extra kilometers are going to matter a lot. And I think the wall box charger is going to be very important, because practically leave the car overnight for charging, 8 hours is fine, but nothing beyond that. And of course the super fast the DC charger is going to be very expensive for you to charge. So if we have to summarize the pros and cons of Tata Curvv, let's address the pros first. Firstly, the design is very nice, very modern, looks good to many people. Secondly, the car is loaded with all the bells and whistles possible. Tata has made sure that कि ये हमारे लिए बहुत ज़्यादा important car है. Let's plonk all the features so that people should at least come to the showroom and check out the car. If there are no features like Citroen cars, people are not going to come to the showroom to check out the Tata Curvv. What's nicer is, of course, the most important thing in any EV is the range, and this gets a phenomenal 400 kilometers plus of real world range, which many people have claimed, and the actual official figures are 585, which is really good. The charging time is also nice, just 40 minutes, to bump up the charging from 10 to 18 or 70 kilowatt charger. But if we have to address the cons, the issues of the Curvv, the issue is not with Curvv exactly, but Tata isn't exactly known for the service quality. People have some issues with the service of Tata. If Tata is able to work on these issues nicely, meticulously, Tata definitely has a clear winner in hand. Because if you look at the EV ecosystem right now, if you ask anybody which EV you're going to buy, the first option is going to be the Punch, the Nexon and all those. Then comes other brands. And I do not genuinely recommend Mahindra EVs because they're still in the growing stage. But Tata EVs have evolved rapidly. and this is just going to be an additional crown in the feather for Tata EV ecosystem. But just that, like I mentioned earlier, they should ensure that the service is on par with the products, and I really hope that we do not get to see niggles in the Curvv EV. So that's about it, guys. Next month we are going to try the petrol and diesel variants of the Curvv EV as well, and let's see if there is any distinct element in those ICE engines compared to the EV. Take care, drive safe, and we are going to go back to Nama Bangalore from this beautiful city of Lakes Udaipur.